Welcome back. I am Unapologetically Eric. You can catch me on X at Eric Not Sorry or on Facebook at Unapologetically Eric. So today is January 21st. How's everybody doing? You guys smiling or frowning? All I know is where I'm at. The sun is shining, the birds are flying, and damn, it is colder than Melania's stare outside. It is cold where I'm at. Was 4 degrees when I got up this morning. It's a balmy 10 now. But anywho's, let's get into it. So, a lot of political stuff, obviously, going on. Wink. And, of course, I make it a point to post about it on social media. And one of the things I've been making comments on recently is DEI and how much DEI needs to DIE. And I've had some friends message me that are not into politics really, and they're like, what is DEI? And so we had a conversation, and by the time I got to the end, they're like, that is so fucked up. I'm like, yeah, isn't it? So I'm not going to I'm like, this is probably the 300 millionth episode podcast somebody has ever made about DEI. So I'm not going to get into the weeds on all of it. Somebody could write a dissertation about it. I'm sure they have. But I'm just going to go over the layman's terms of what DEI really is. All right. Quick question. Think of something that you're really into, a hobby. I don't care what it is. Maybe it's golf, bowling, painting, whatever. Imagine you wanted to create a company where you were making something for that hobby, whatever it is. It's a passion of yours. That is my ultimate point. And obviously you're going to need help. You need employees. So what are you going to do? You're going to hire people, right? The only thing I am sure that would matter to you is sales. Bottom line, right? Got to make money. Happy customers because makes more money. And happy employees that help make you money. So at the end of the day, for the vast majority of companies out there, the only thing that matters is the color green. So, like you, I'm sure you would want to hire the best. Obviously, you're not going to want to pay somebody that walks in the door, $700 an hour, right? But being realistic, you're going to want to hire the best people you possibly can. Now, we all know the history of America and the laws that were in place that held certain groups down, right? Not going to have a history lesson, not a secret. We're all familiar with it. Well, laws through the years obviously took time, but they changed. And I don't remember what year it was, but I remember when I heard about EOE. EOE is Equal Opportunity Employer. So again, nowadays, that seems commonplace and common sense, right? But there was a time where somebody could walk into a business and put in their application. They would look at them and just immediately like, yeah, that person's not getting the job, and throw the application away. Do companies still do that today? Yes. Yes, they do. Of course they do. The percentage is not zero. There are people, CEOs, presidents, owners of companies, what have you, that still live in the old ways. You can't legislate your way out of that, right? You just can't. If they don't want their company and product to grow, that's on them. But common sense would say, yeah, of course it's an equal opportunity employer. I want the best of the best. Show me what you got. And yes, of course, there are going to be jobs that certain people, sorry, you're just not going to be able to get. Right? Like myself, I will not be signing a contract this year with the Boston Celtics to be their center. Bummer. I could probably go and try out, but it would just make for some really good YouTube videos. Or bad, whatever. There would be a lot of laughing and crying on my part. But anywho's, but you get my point. Now, obviously, like I said, that makes sense. Yeah, everybody has a fair shot. You come in. What do you got? Do you have the qualifications to get the job, to do the job well? Yes? No. Yes? You got the job. No? See ya. And so yesterday at the inauguration, one of the things President Trump said was that we are, I believe, for federal agencies, going back to merit-based hiring, which was what equal opportunity employer was. Everybody's got a fair shot. Do you have the merits for that position? If yes, you got a shot. If not, sorry, try again in a few years. DEI got rid of that. And I recall, I want to say in the 90s, there was a big push for quotas in certain government agencies and divisions and shit. And now DEI just keeps rolling up into that. So what is quotas? It's ultimately a government-issued mandate to companies that you have to have certain amounts of X, Y, and Z people in your company. Okay. Interesting. Now, yeah. And I recall companies pushing back against this and people questioning this because they were like, I want to hire the best of the best. And now I have to have a certain person, but what if they are not the best qualified? Well, it didn't matter. And if you questioned it, you were racist. And of course, people went, "Oh, well, I'm not, no, okay." And they backed off. Well, DEI, again, not to get way out into the weeds, is a Marxist ideology. You can look up James Lindsay. He's great. He's done plenty of videos about it. He will go down the rabbit hole with you. I am not. But ultimately, DEI is sexist, racist, ageist. It is anti-fun. It's anti-religion. Oh, depending on the religion, depending on the race, depending on the gender, depending on the age. See where I'm going? Yeah, it's a big ball of bullshit. So they say DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, to which I say DEI is because you have to sound like that to think this is good. The people that support this are the ones that have opportunity for power or white people that hate themselves. That's who support this shit. So, yeah, DEI needs to DIE. Now, on its own, diversity, equity, and inclusion, it sounds nice, right? Well, of course, diverse just means, many, I guess, in layman's terms and Joe Blow terminology, diversity is just, a multiple selection. Okay, multitude of people or choices. Okay. Equity, well, that sounds like equality, so okay, I guess that sounds good. And inclusion, well, yeah, everybody's welcome. Except when you get to the meat and potatoes of it, equity is not equality. People think that's equality. Equality is good. We all agree, right? Equality is good. But this equity thing is not what you think it is. It is, okay, you got 3 employees. One makes 10 widgets a day. And next one makes 8 widgets a day. The third one makes 3 widgets a day. Who deserves the raise? Who deserves the bonus? Obviously, the ones that did more. Well, no. Equity is they all get the same bonus. They all get the same raise. Because you don't want to give a bonus or a raise to somebody who applied themselves, because if the employee that didn't apply themselves sees this, it may hurt their self-esteem. And they're also part of a protected class, so they have been oppressed. You see how fucking retarded this sounds? This is equity, people. And again, the hiring practices. It's not best person for the job. It's not merit-based. It's based on a list of bullshit. It's based on skin color. It's based on your gender. Whether she was born with it or it's Maybelline. It's all based on bullshit and quotas. it's not the best person for the job. We've heard a lot about this regarding the wildfires in LA. People were pointing at the fire chief because she's a lesbian. Well, she's a DEI hire. And they're pointing at the mayor. DEI hire, right? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But I do find it funny if DEI is so great and wonderful, why do people get upset when they're called a DEI hire? Oh, because you weren't hired based on merit. Or because of those practices, if you genuinely get hired for a position because you earned it, you actually now have to work harder because people are going to assume you got that position based on bullshit. That, in my opinion, sucks. Because let's just take a step back. Let's say you're growing up in rural America. Stereotype of backwards thinking. Okay, fine. Let's just hypothetical. Let's say you're a black female and you're gay. Okay. You do you, boo-boo. Hope you're happy. Have a good life. But in this hypothetical, you can imagine she heard some tough words growing up and had some tough experiences. But she buckled down and she's real smart. She works hard, studies hard, goes to college, goes to a good college, busts her ass, gets great grades, right? She's a superstar. With all of the obstacles in front of her and all the people telling her she's a piece of shit because of this, that, and whatever, she rose above. Fucking awesome. Now she goes for a job, and wow, she's got these great opportunities in front of her, as she should, because she busted her ass. Little does she know, where she applying to has a DEI quota. And they went, oh, look, not only is this is a female, she's black and she's gay, she checks all the boxes. Hire her. How do you think she would feel going through her life experiences, the highs and the lows, busting her ass to get to where she is, to learn all that stuff, to prove herself? How do you think she would feel if she found out she got the job simply because she was born and not because she is a badass? How do you think that would make her feel? I know I would feel pretty shitty. And then you know damn well, word gets around, gossip gets around, she's going to start getting looks, kind of like she did when she was a little girl. But the whispers are different. Oh, she's only here because she's gay. She's only here because she's black. Now she's got to work even harder to prove to the people around her, her peers, that she belongs there. She didn't get that job simply because she was just fucking born that way, because she busted her ass and earned it. She has to now work even harder. How fucked up is this? It's redonkulous. But that's what DEI is in a nutshell. Companies are forced to have quotas. Again, if they do this DEI bullshit, they are forced to have quotas. Well, you have a CEO, you have a board. There's 10 people on the board. It's not the best people that can help the company grow. No. You have to have no more than 3 white people. You have to have no less than 3 people of color. You have to have, at least 1, maybe 2 would be better, representations of the LGBT community. Why not the best person for the job? And if they happen to fit into that little box you grossly want them to fit into, okay, great. Okay, if a normal company would say, look, we have 10 people on the board, 7 happen to be white men. Oh no, there's 2 black men and a white Hispanic, a Hispanic female. Oh, and we don't know if any of them are gay because we didn't ask, because it's not fucking important. We asked them to take these positions because they're badass at what they do. No, you can't do that. No, too many white guys. Get rid of them. How racist is that? And it's trickled down through the years. I remember hearing a white female friend of mine complain because she was trying to get a certain position. She was at this company a long, long time, and she got jumped over because of quotas. Because the company wanted to go in a different direction, so they wanted to have more representation in that department. Yeah. So, this makes up for all the years that you white folk Stop. Nobody, well, okay, when I say nobody, you know what I mean. Nobody is arguing about prior and years ago bullshit in this country. Nobody's arguing that, but two wrongs don't make a right. If you're not qualified for the job, I don't give a damn what it is. You shouldn't get the job. Like, the closest I have ever become to being a firefighter was shaking the hands of my friend who is a firefighter. Shout out to first responders. Okay, if I went to my local fire department right now, like if I just shut this down and went down there and said, I want to sign up today and be a firefighter, I want the job, and I want to drive the truck, I am sure they would have some questions. Okay, ask me your questions. Well, have you ever driven a fire truck? No, but it's a vehicle with an engine and a steering wheel and wheels. How hard can it be? I fucking drove here. I'm sure that would be the end of it, but that would just prove how racist they are. Obviously, I'm hoping you're chuckling along with me, but that's how stupid this is. Like, okay, I go to my local fire department right now. Let's just say there are, I don't know how many firefighters there are. Let's just say there's 10, and let's say there's only 2 white people. Well, I could jump up and down and scream racism. I am not being represented enough in my local fire department. I don't care that the people here are qualified to carry my fat ass out of a 3rd-story window when the wind is blowing and it's 4 degrees outside at 1 a.m. That doesn't matter to me. There's not enough honkies. You see how fucking dumb that sounds? It's so stupid. But this is a practice that has been pushed in government agencies for a while now. People that are unqualified being hired simply for representation. And it's like, you shouldn't get the job. I don't give a shit what you do in the bedroom, or what your skin color is, or if you got boobies or don't have boobies, or if they're real boobies or fake boobies. Can you do the job? And that is how the vast majority of you, I am sure, feel. But no, that is one of the policies pushed throughout the government, which, starting yesterday, Trump was putting the boot on, which that's a good thing to put a boot on. And it's not just Trump, so you can't just sit there. Lots of big Fortune 500 companies and the like, excuse me. Too much coffee, or not enough. They have pulled out, giggity, of their DEI policies. Like McDonald's is one of them. Was Apple? I can't remember if Apple did it, but there's a list. If you go follow, I think, Libs of TikTok, I think they posted it. But there is a list of big companies with deep pockets that are like, yeah, no, this shit's fucked. This is giant lawsuits waiting to happen, and we're hemorrhaging money. No, and it's stupid, it's biased, it's racist. I mean, hell, there was 2 colleges. What was it? Yale and Harvard, I think? Don't quote me on that. But I know there was 2 big Ivy League schools that got nailed for shit like that. Students with higher SAT scores, Asian students with high SAT scores, were being stepped over by somebody that had lower SAT scores simply because of their skin color. Yeah, how wouldn't you want the best student at your school? Nope. No, we have to look diverse. You look fucking retarded. I'm sorry. You do. Only the best of the best should get the job. If you don't have the qualifications, work on it. Study, take a class, talk to somebody that knows how to do it. It's going to take time. Life is a journey. You don't gain it simply because you were born a certain way. That's fucking reality, people. Life, as Dennis Leary once said, life sucks, get a helmet. Put it on, get a nice shiny chin strap, cinch that sucker up because it's a long road, kiddo. Ain't nothing for free. So DEI must DIE, and thankfully it's starting. The dominoes are crumbling. Maybe we can get back to normalcy, at least in hiring practices. That would be great. So thank you for tuning in. What are your thoughts? I want to hear. Follow me on X, Twitter, X is Twitter. Follow me on X, Facebook, and all that good shit. Thank you for listening. Like, follow, share. Until next time, keep being you.